Have you ever had that little voice in your head, the one that whispers you're not good enough, not smart enough, not ready? I know I have. For years, that voice was my constant companion. It held me back from chasing my dreams, from speaking my mind, and from taking chances. It built a cage around me, and honestly, I was the one who locked the door. I told myself I was just being realistic, that I was protecting myself from failure. But what I was really doing was protecting myself from living. This story isn't about some huge dramatic moment, like winning the lottery or climbing a mountain. It's much smaller than that, but it changed everything for me. It's about the day I finally believed in myself. I used to be terrified of public speaking. My palms would get sweaty, my heart would race, and my mind would go completely blank. I'd avoid it at all costs. If there was a presentation at work, I'd find a way to let a colleague take the lead. If I had an idea in a meeting, that little voice would tell me to keep quiet, that someone else would say it better. Then came the project. It was a huge opportunity, something I had secretly been passionate about for months. I'd put in countless hours after work, researching, planning, and building a proposal I was actually proud of. But the final stage was a presentation to the entire senior management team. My heart sank. My first instinct was to pass it off, to let someone more confident, more eloquent, take the credit. That night I couldn't sleep. I just kept replaying all my past failures, all the times I'd stumbled over my words or forgotten my train of thought. That familiar voice was louder than ever, screaming, "You're going to fail. You'll embarrass yourself. Just give up now." I was so close to emailing my boss and backing out. But then something shifted. I was just so tired. Tired of being afraid. Tired of letting that voice win. I looked at the proposal sitting on my desk, all the work I'd poured into it. Was I really going to let fear steal this from me? Steal my own hard work? For the first time, another voice, a quieter one, started to push back. It asked, "But what if you don't fail? What if you actually succeed? What if they love your idea?" It wasn't a roar of confidence. It was a whisper, but it was enough. The next morning, I walked into that conference room. My hands were shaking, yes, but I held my notes tight. I took a deep breath, looked at the faces staring back at me, and I started talking. Not as the version of myself who was scared, but as the person who had poured their heart into this project. I talked about my passion, my vision. I didn't just read the slides. I told a story, my story, and you know what? They listened. They asked questions. They were engaged. I didn't stumble. I didn't freeze. When it was over, there was a moment of silence, and then the room broke into applause. My boss came up to me afterward and said, "I had no idea you had that in you." That was incredible. In that moment, it wasn't the applause or the praise that mattered most. It was the feeling inside me. The little voice of doubt was gone. It had been replaced by a quiet, solid sense of pride. I did it. I faced my biggest fear, and I didn't just survive. I thrived. That day was the turning point. It wasn't about becoming a perfect, fearless person overnight. I still get nervous. That little voice of doubt still pipes up sometimes. But now I know how to answer it. Now, I know that my own voice, the one that believes in my potential, is stronger. Believing in yourself isn't a one-time decision. It's a practice. It's choosing to show up, even when you're scared. It's celebrating the small wins. It's remembering that you are more capable than your doubts would have you believe. So, if you're listening to this, and you're struggling with that same voice of self-doubt, I want you to know you're not alone. And I want to challenge you. What is one small thing you can do today to challenge that voice? Maybe it's speaking up in a meeting, starting that project you've been putting off, or simply looking in the mirror and acknowledging your own strength. Let me know in the comments what your one small step will be. Your story could be the whisper of encouragement someone else needs to hear. Thank you so much for watching and for being a part of this community. Don't forget to like this video if it resonated with you and subscribe for more stories. See you in the next one.